Good evening, brothers and sisters. So, the way I process things that happen in my life, the way I reflect, is through writing. And most of you know that because I share my poetry with you guys every day. And we're kind of going to do the same thing tonight. What I wrote is more of a response letter. It's more of my own internal monologue when it comes to the crazy DMs that I receive on a daily basis. And the title of this is literally called Crazy DMs, My Life. And so I'm going to read it to you because this is how I kind of process information. So if you do the same, great. And I just want to say thank you for staying for the whole video, if you do watch the whole video. So here we go. Crazy DMs, My Life. You say it isn't schizophrenia, it's demonic oppression. Well, thank you so much for letting me know. I had almost mistaken fear for fear, confusion for confusion, a mind in distress for a mind in distress, but no, apparently there was a simpler answer. Waiting in the wings, wearing certainty like a halo, ready to explain everything with one word. Demons, of course. Why ask questions when you can announce an answer? Why sit beside someone in the unbearable hours when you can point toward heaven and tell them what is happening inside their head? Why learn the difference between a symptom and a sin, between illness and morality, between compassion and judgment, when every complicated thing can be folded neatly into a story you already believe? You say that's not schizophrenia, and I think, how would you know? Did you sit inside my thoughts? Did you hear every strange echo? Did you feel the terror of not knowing which thoughts belong to you? Were you there when sleep became a distinct country, when ordinary sounds started carrying impossible meanings, when the world felt slightly tilted and nobody else seemed to notice? Were you there when I needed someone to say, I believe you are frightened. Let's figure this out together. Or were you simply there with an explanation? Because explanations are easy, especially explanations that make you the person who knows the truth. You can call it oppression, you can call it warfare, you can call it temptation, possession, spiritual attack, a test of faith. You can give the darkness whatever name makes you comfortable. But please don't tell me that my suffering is imaginary because your explanation makes you feel certain. Please don't turn a frightened person into a theological debate. Please don't make me prove that I am hurting before you will let me hurt. And please, for the love of whatever you believe is holy, stop telling people to simply pray it away. Prayer may mean something to you, fine. It may comfort you, it may steady you, it may give you language for things you cannot explain, but don't hand someone a prayer like a locked door and tell them there's no need for another key. Don't tell them that medication is weakness or doctors are blind or treatment is faithfulness. Don't tell them that getting help means they have surrendered to something evil. There is nothing holy about watching someone suffer because you are afraid of an explanation that came from outside your tradition. And there is nothing brave about refusing to learn. You say it isn't schizophrenia. Thank you so much for letting me know. Really, what a relief. Now I don't have to wrestle with uncertainty anymore. I don't have to consider biology, psychology, trauma, neurology, medication, sleep, stress, genetics, or the 1,000 strange ways a human brain can hurt. I can just blame a demon. How wonderfully convenient. A demon doesn't require a treatment plan. A demon doesn't require an appointment. A demon doesn't require you to admit that sometimes human beings get sick. And maybe that's the real comfort in the story. Not for the person suffering, but for the person watching. Because if it is a demon, then you don't have to wonder whether the world is complicated. You don't have to admit that you don't understand. You don't have to say, I don't know. And I don't know is such a terrifying sentence for people who have built their identity around certainty. So they fill the silence, they speak louder, they quote scripture, They raise their hands, they name the enemy, and somewhere underneath it all is a frightened human being thinking, can someone please stop explaining me and start listening? I am not a battlefield for your beliefs. I am not a cautionary tale. I am not evidence that your theology works. I am not proof of spiritual warfare. I am a person who can be scared, a person who can be confused, a person whose mind can hurt, a person who deserves patience without interrogation. If you believe in demons, that is your belief, but don't use my pain as a stage for proving it. If you believe in God, then maybe your God doesn't need you to be cruel on his behalf. Maybe compassion isn't a failure of faith. Maybe listening isn't agreement. Maybe medicine isn't surrender. Maybe a diagnosis isn't an insult. Maybe a brain can become ill without becoming evil. Maybe a person can experience something terrifying without deserving shame. Maybe you could simply say, I don't understand what you are going through, but I believe that you are going through something. Let's get you help. Let's keep you safe. Let's stay with you while you figure it out. Imagine that. No demons required, no spiritual courtroom, no accusations, just a human being beside another human being in the dark. And maybe that is the part you keep missing. Sometimes the holiest thing you can do is stop talking, stop naming, stop diagnosing, stop turning someone's suffering into a lesson. Sit down, listen, stay. Because when someone is terrified, they don't always need another person to tell them what the terror means. Sometimes they just need someone to believe that it hurts. So yes, thank you so much for letting me know. I appreciate the confidence, the certainty, the effortless little answer to a life you have never lived. But next time you see someone struggling, maybe don't reach first for a demon. Reach for a chair, sit beside them, ask what they need. And if you don't know what to say, for once, let yourself say it. I don't know, but I am here. So that's what I wrote, brothers and sisters, when it comes to some of the crazy DMs that I receive. And a lot of the DMs that are crazy for me are individuals who don't have schizophrenia, individuals who do not have a mental diagnosis, and they're telling me about my life as if they know me better than I know me. And it's just really annoying. And usually I just ignore the messages, but sometimes if they annoy me enough, I just delete or I block them. But I wanted to share this with you because I know there's a lot of people struggling. There's brothers and sisters who struggle with anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, and PTSD and trauma. Just processing trauma can be difficult. And so if you're struggling, I want you to know that I love you, that I care about you, that I'm here for you. And if you ever need to reach out to someone, please reach out. DM me, and I would be happy to sit with you and just to talk about life and to listen to what's going on in your life. So please, brothers and sisters, don't let other people's opinions get in the way of you treating yourself with love, with respect, with sincerity, with humility. Don't let other people's opinions about you stop you from living your life, from having a good time, from being happy. So just want to say thank you for watching, guys. I love you so much, and God bless. Peace.